Hi, welcome to lesson 32 of Excel. So, my name is Sophie and I'm going to be your trainer for today. So, in the previous session, we covered under absolute cell, in which we understand why is it important to lock in the cells using F4 key. Now we're gonna move on to errors, which is pretty common in Excel sometimes if we don't understand Excel. So they will try their best to communicate with us using errors. So let's go through the 5 common errors, okay, or rather the 4 common errors. So the first one that we need to understand is the division by zero error. Now in mathematics, any number can never be divided by zero. So how do we go about this? So let's say if I were to enter a formula at D3, alright, that calculates B3 divided by C3. So how do I go about it? So first step, I click on D3. Now once I click on D3, how do I enter a formula? Formula is always an equal sign. After it's an equal sign, where do I click next? B3, right? Now once I click B3, what is divide? Divide is symbolized by the slash. Now, and then I click on C3. Now, once I click on C3, by right, I should be able to see a value here. Am I right? Now, because it's 0, let's see what happens. So, click enter. Ta-da! Do you notice here? This is an error. Hex div/0 exclamation mark. So, this is a way for Excel to communicate to us. And saying, Sophie, I don't understand. No number can divide. There isn't any number that can be divided by 0. Okay? Now, so that's the first error, division by zero error. Now, the second error, okay, in which we need to understand, which I usually term it as the reference error or the formula error. Now, when we go to C7, do you notice here, automatically here, there is a formula? Now, what happens is, let's say, this formula 43 is actually related to 23 plus 20. But let's say if I would like to delete the cell at B6. So notice what happens. When I go to B6, right click. I choose the delete command. Where are you, delete command? There you go. Now notice what happens to C7, okay? So when I click on delete, click OK. What happens here? REF, right? Now, so in other words, what they're trying to say is this. Sophie, I am missing the number 23. So henceforth, I can't show you the formula here. So that is what it means by the reference error or the formula error. Okay? So everyone get it so far? div. So you need to be careful that when it's division by 0, this is a major mistake. And if it's REF, means that it is a formula initially where it's missing one of its cells. Alright? It's either missing or deleted. Yeah? Everyone get this so far? Great. Now, the third error in which we need to address is the function error. So you notice here, when I clicked on C10, on my formula bar, it shows very clearly that it's a sum. So how do I know it's a sum? They put here sum, which sum? B8 and B9, right? Respectively. Now, however, sometimes our hands can be very itchy. We go to the formula bar. Instead of sum, we backspace, we type sun. What happens when this is accidentally typed in? So when I click on enter, name, question mark. What does it mean? This means that Excel is trying to tell you, Sophie, I don't understand what function name is this. What is sun? The only sun I know is the big, bright and yellow circle, or the name which is similar to a child, right? So this is why you need to be very careful when you play Excel. Sometimes we may change this accidentally and stuff like that. Okay? Alright. Now, the last error that we need to take note of is the width. I think in the previous video, some of you might have seen it. Okay, but let's understand. Now, let's say G6, I'm at cell D12. And I would like to copy G12 to F11. Notice what happens. Copy, paste. What happens here? Hex, right? Is this an error? Yes. Basically, what Excel is trying to tell you is, Sophie, the numbers are too cramped. Alright? So they would like to make it a bigger. So do understand what are these 4 common errors are. So first of all is division by 0. RAF is a formula error, means that one of the cells are missing. Name is a function error, which means that instead of sum, it becomes sun. And hex XX means that the column width is too small. So all this is what it means by formula error. The different errors, not formula error, different errors in Excel. So I hope you understand and enjoy this, and I'll see you soon. Thank you for watching.